So we're going to stand on our mat. Take this opportunity to roll the shoulders back, so bring them up to the ears and drop them down, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Releasing the tension out of the trapezius. And you want to be going in both directions, forwards and backwards. Tilt your ear to your shoulder, feeling the stretch through the neck. And then change over to the opposite side. You may also want to place your hand gently on your head. Don't pull the head itself, just let gravity take over and it will intensify the stretch that you feel. Big arm circles. Really squeeze those shoulder blades together and go as wide as you can. And again, go in both directions. It's a good way to warm the shoulders and release the tension right across that upper back. Wake it up a little bit. Draw your right arm across your body. Take your left and just place your hand on the top of the arm for a shoulder stretch. Cross body shoulder stretch. Change it into the opposite side. If you're not feeling anything, gently pull the arm a little bit more across the body. And we're coming into our hip circles, 5 in each direction. Feet hip distance apart, and really give those hips a really big circle now. Push your booty right out, come right forwards in that circle as well, all the way back and forwards. Both directions. Warming up the hips, getting the base of the back working today. Taking your right arm up and over the head, leaning over to the opposite side for a lateral stretch. Find your inhalation, and as you exhale, see if you can push a little bit further over. And prepare to change to the opposite side. And then stand facing the short edge of your mat. Standing nice and tall, feet hip distance apart, pushing through the crown of the head. And then tuck the chin onto your chest and slowly roll down vertebrae by vertebrae in our first roll down today. Reaching as far as you can bend the knees softly here and come back up again, stacking the vertebrae on top of each other as you do. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. I'm going to do 4 of these today. Inhale at the bottom of the position. Exhale to again come up, stacking that spine. Good. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Beautiful neutral posture here. This is beautiful to do if you sit down for most of the day. It really does waken up the back and the spine and gets your legs activated as well. Crossing your arms now in our ragdoll, you might want to move side to side. Do what feels good. And then gently bend the knees and come in to seated on your mat. Legs both extended in front of you. Squeeze the legs together. Sit nice and tall. You might want to just shift yourself so that you're comfortable. Place a resistance band around your feet here if it feels good to do so, and sit nice and tall. Push up through the crown, lengthening the spine. And the resistance band just gives you something to hold on to stay nice and tall within your seat. If you'd like to do it without, you can place your hands onto your thighs or onto the floor beside you so that your arms extend, and tuck them into the body. Place the hands behind you, fingertips pointing the top of your mat. Lean back and look up to get a curve right the way through your spine there. Coming into a seated spine stretch, inhale, sit tall, and exhale as you reach over your legs, getting a C curve through the spine. And just come to wherever it feels good today. Don't push it, but you want to feel a stretch. And again, you can use a belt or a yoga strap or resistance band around your feet to give you some support here. Good. Coming into our seated roll down now. Feet flat on the mat. Gently push the spine back and allow each vertebrae to land on the mat one at a time, and elevate your arms above your head, pushing through your fingertips. Engage your core, belly button to spine, bringing the arms up. Once they get to eye level, that's when you can start to roll up into seated. Inhale. Exhale as you start to roll back and plant the spine into the ground. Let the arms come over the head, frame the ears. Inhale here and exhale to roll up. Really push the sit bones into the ground, sit tall before you start to roll down again. Good. Placing the hands down and just rotate your ankles there. Give them a bit of a warm up. We don't want to leave the ankles out today. Both sides, and make sure you go in both directions when you're rotating as well. Coming into our toe taps, 5 on each side, lifting the first leg into a 90-degree bend, and keep this 90-degree angle as well as you tap the toe down onto the mat and hinge from the hip back up. Tap and up. Inhale here. Exhale. Out to come down. Good. And 5 each side. Changing over. Keeping that 90-degree bend. Isolate the movement through the hip here. And I'm also going to offer you a core challenge today, which is a double toe tap. So you have the option here to bring both knees into 90-degree tabletop and tap down on the mat. Now make sure you engage your core, belly button to spine as you do this. Good. Or option to keep to the singular leg. Keeping your right knee bent, extend the left toe facing upwards as you do the leg lift here. Keep the core engaged. Really plant that right leg down so that it doesn't move, and isolate the movement just in this leg here. Changing over sides. You may notice that the body is stiller on one side than the other, so you might be able to isolate the movement more on the right than the left, or vice versa, and that is absolutely fine. Good, beautiful. Extending your left leg, sole of the foot facing upwards. You can use a strap here to bring the leg towards you. So inhale and exhale and pull the leg closer towards you. You can also put your hands around your calf or your thigh there to do the same thing. Taking the leg out to the side, opening up the hip here. Keeping the right leg really anchored, so that right knee wants to stay facing forwards, doesn't want to move outwards. The only thing that should be moving out here in that lateral stretch is that left leg. Good. Changing over sides now. So extended leg stretch first. Inhale and exhale to bring the leg closer towards you. Inhale and exhale. Take the leg out to the side and 3 lateral movements here. You can hold your hip there just to make sure your leg that's anchored into the ground is going to stay there. And then bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around them and squeeze them into you. Stretch right the way through the glutes. Hands onto the knees and circle the knees both ways here. So you want to aim for about 5 each side, but you can do more. One of my favourite movements, this one. And once you've done that, extend one leg flat on the mat and keep one knee drawn towards you. Now, if your lower back lifts from the mat, then by all means, you can change the extended leg to a bent leg. Just take the foot that you've chosen, bend the knee, gently place your hand onto that knee and push it outwards. So you're getting a reclined pigeon position here. And you're just stretching through the hip in a different way. And then bring the bent knee out to the side again for a lateral stretch, but you're engaging a different muscle as you do this. Drawing up the other side, bring that knee close in towards you. Rotating through the hip when you're ready, so you're going to take the ankle, rotate through the hip, gently push the knee away from you to get more from that stretch. Then the foot points down to the short end of the mat as you take that knee outwards. Open up the hip. Coming back to the other side with an extended leg, 5 circles in each direction here, really getting into that hip joint. And it's important that we keep going from one side to the other so that we don't fatigue one leg at a time. We balance it out, our left and our right and our left. And then take it over to the opposite side, extend the leg, 5 leg circles. This is really good for people that suffer from sciatica or lower back spasms. If you do suffer from them, definitely get yourself on the floor and give yourself some hip circles. Feet hip distance apart now. We're coming into our chest lift, 5 of these. Engage your core, hands onto your thighs, inhale. And as you exhale, peel the spine up from the mat and gently come down. Now you don't have to come up very far. The aim here is to get some mobility through the upper spine. Good. Squeezing the legs together, drop the knees down to one side and rotate the upper body to the opposite direction with your arms extended in a T shape out beside you for our lateral rotation through the spine. And breathe normally at this point. and just enjoy the stretch. And when you're ready, come through the centre and take it over to the opposite side. And then we're going to bring our knees back into centre with a slight gap between our feet, so they're about hip distance apart. We're going to come into the bridge. Now you can put a book between your knees if that feels good to do so. Engage your core, arms extended out beside you. Inhale and exhale and lift up the pelvis from the mat, rolling up through the spine and then coming back down. So inhale, exhale, come up as far as you can. Exhale down. Inhale and exhale. Play with the breath work here. It may be that you need to alter it slightly to suit your body, and that is no problem. You may want to try this with the book, a block, or without. Squeeze the glutes together, and you can also place a cushion or a block underneath you so you get a beautiful line throughout the body there, and just hold it for a few moments. It encourages that spine to be strong and engages the muscles, the erector spinae around the spine, to build the strength. Coming down, draw your knees into your chest, hug them towards you. And we're getting ready to roll up like a ball, so we're going to inhale, exhale to push yourself up. Good. Inhale, exhale, peel yourself down. Knees into chest, inhale, exhale to roll up. Inhale, exhale to come back down. And we're going to do 4 of these. Beautiful. Don't worry if you're unsteady or if you wobble. You'll see over time that that develops and your balance will get better and better each time. Last one here. And bring yourself into a full body stretch. Push through your fingertips, push through your toes, elongate all the way through your body. In a roll-up, option to extend the legs, arms over your head, lifting the arms until they get to your eye level, and then peel your spine up, sitting tall, push through the crown and come over into a C-spine over your legs. Inhale, exhale, draw the arms over the head and come back down vertebrae by vertebrae. Beautiful. Now, if this is causing you to have a pinch in the lower back, or you're just not able to come into a seated position, then please do bend your knees. You can do that with your feet flat on the floor and knees bent. But we're going to do 5 of these. Push from the base of the spine as you roll down. This is the option with your knees bent. Inhale, exhale to come all the way up. Inhale and exhale yourself down. Great job. Keeping the core engaged. Sit nice and tall, hug your knees into you in a seated position, give them a squeeze, sit nice and tall. Turning yourself round onto your knees, tucking the toes under, push yourself up, get your balance before you stand. And when you're ready, gently come up in a roll up. And let your head be the very last thing that comes up. Rotate the shoulders, push the shoulder blades together. Few arm rotations here, opening the chest. Really well done, beautiful. That was a fantastic job. See you soon.